Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. This is Dan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce on our sideline. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here in Utah, it's another home game for the Jazz. Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, is as good as any two-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it, but what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
Here's Jones, and then Jones with the jam.
Well, when guys like Jones elevate, watch out.
Takes a step back. Booker with no one around, and Ware pulls it down. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. Tonight, his team has a huge assignment, containing all-star guard Devin Booker. He told me Devin is as good as it gets at the two. He's always applying pressure. His shooting is great, but we don't talk about Book's ball handling enough. He is lethal in that regard as well. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Here's Van Vliet. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. To the left wing. Back to Ware. On the clock. A three-pointer off the mark. Pass to Alexander Walker. Sarr gets the bucket.
This is where Sarr wants to be, right under the hoop, within easy reach of the basket.
Here's Van Vliet. Good D by Booker.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Now Van Vliet. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Another miss by Utah.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And here are the Jazz now, trailing by 2. Pass to Jokic. Back to Jones. Now Ware. The Jazz with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Booker. Drills the elbow jumper. Booker's got his second. Bucket of the night.
And that's that in-between distance for some guys. Booker showing how comfortable he is from the mid-range.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Jazz making a change here. Jazz trailed by 4. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Excellent footwork there. Booker, so tricky on the drive. You can't predict what he's going to do.
Jokic with it. Now defended by Sarr. Jones, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. Jones has got 5 points so far.
And Jones is such a confident shooter, especially from outside the arc.
Johnson attacking. Misses from close range. Pass to Riley. Back to Jokic. Puts it up from 15. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Coward. Shot clock at 5. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. The drive by Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And once Booker has some momentum, get out of his way, throwing himself towards the rim off the drive.
For 3, Van Vliet. And the Jazz, another 3.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
Now that one from Van Vliet.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Here's Walker, and finished off by Walker.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a shoot-first point guard, Van Vliet, understands how to get defenders to foul him when taking shots.
And, unfortunately, Coach, the Pelicans still looking for the franchise's first deep playoff run.
Yeah, just 2 playoff series wins since their arrival in New Orleans back in 2002. They've had some tremendous talents, but the stars have yet to align.
A miss that time would have put him up.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Post. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Van Vliet. Inside. Releases. Here is Riley. Driving inside. Tie game in Utah. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Lethal from deep. Shepherd will hurt you from there.
Shireman. The rebound by the Jazz. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those 2 guys.
To the middle. And Jokic throws it down.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
The Pelicans leading. Pass to Shireman. New Orleans moving it around. Back to Whitmore. Picked by Williams. Whitmore with it. He has yet to score. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh. And if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
Harper. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Here's Shepherd. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nick Claxton.
Crafty work there by Shepherd to draw the whistle while in the act of shooting.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And new leadership for the Pelicans. Greg looking to create a tough, no-excuses mindset.
And at the risk of making excuses, injuries are what held this team back last season. So some of that toughness might be best reflected in their ability to just stay on the court.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
There's a screen by Williams. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Takes it inside. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. The Jazz with another miss. Now Shepard. He has 5. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
They've been doing a lot of things right in this game, but something they have to improve on is their ball security.
Jazz trail by 5. Here's Harper. Here he goes.
So good at reading the floor off the bounce and getting into the teeth of the defense.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Paolo Banchero is trying to become more vocal. He said being the best player on the team, you've got to speak up. You can't ever be quiet because at the end of the day, I'm a high-Q player. I see the game really well, and if I'm not out there talking the game, it's doing everyone a disservice. Back to you.
Outstanding. Allie, we appreciate the report.
Well, that's the thing about DiVincenzo. He stays active at both ends.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
So, Stan, in terms of emerging young stars, Banchero is very high on that list.
Well, he sure is, Kevin, because he can create shots for himself and his teammates. And as we've already seen in his early years, this guy is at his best in the playoffs, and that's a trait you're always looking for.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Here's Harper. Pass to Sensabaugh. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Kicks it out to Johnson. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Shot clock at 2. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. 7-point differential. And so it's New Orleans with it. Johnson with it. Picked up by Banchero. Back to Johnson. There's a screen by Collins. Goes up on the wing. And he hits the jumper for 2. Johnson's got the lead up to 9 now for New Orleans.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And there's the call on Dylan Harper. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Pass to Booker. Booker in stride. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's New Orleans in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Van Vliet outside. And the foul called on Alex Song. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Here's Van Vliet. Pelicans pull it in. Now, here's Strus. Hasn't made one yet. Kicks it out to Booker. to the inside. Here's Sarr. And Sarr throws it down hard.
Goodness, Sarr is a different type of athlete.
And here is Van Vliet. Richards. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass. Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Van Vliet with the bucket. Van Vliet's got 9.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his size.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Free throw good, Booker.
Shooting for New Orleans, Devin Booker.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Pelicans with the rebound. Back to Strus. New Orleans moving the ball around. Sarr the screen. Here's Booker. Pass to Sarr. And Ware pulls it down. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Van Vliet. And he uses the glass on the layup. Van Vliet's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
To the paint. Here's Sarr. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Van Vliet looking around. Pass to Richards. That one misses. New Orleans leading by 7. And the big fella Alexander showing promise. Greg especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game. And has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
New Orleans making a switch here. Has to Ware. And here is Van Vliet. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range. Ware's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
And we see this so often from Booker because he has the green light to take any shot he wants.
Ware with it. He's picked up by Walker. Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Devin Booker in the paint.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Nifty move. And Van Vliet lays it in. Van Vliet's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Pelicans lead by 6.
Hey, if you leave a great shooter open, you deserve to get that.
Right wing. For 3, Van Vliet. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
The Jazz on offense. To the right side. Strus in the corner. Booker outside. Walker a screen. Down low. And Walker throws it down hard.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, you feel those pucks over here.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. 1:19 left to play here in the third. Here's DiVincenzo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Shireman. Over in the corner, Shepard. Pocket 4. Back in off the glass. And it's 7 points for Reed Shepard.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Healed with it. Williams picks him up.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Williams a screen. Here's Shepard. And finished off by Shepard.
And Shepard is a solid decision maker. If there's an opening, he's going to take it.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Count that one. Pelicans leading by 6. Here's Shepard. 9 points in the game so far. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, you know, a great thing about Jokic is the cohesion he brings to the team. His ball movement and teamwork are contagious.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Substitution on the court.
Harper with the ball. The 3. That's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. New Orleans on top. They lead by 4. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Williams a screen. Puts one up from 19. Again, the Pelicans score.
One thing Shepard brings is efficiency. As a jump shooter, pretty rare for someone his age.
Pass to Sensabaugh. The Jazz working the ball around now. Outside Harper. Here's the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
And Harper no good on that one. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
Williams gets the bucket.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Jazz trail by 6. Pass to Harper. Banchero outside. Off with the layup.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Here's Shepard. Shot clock at 6. Johnson outside. No good with the triple.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
They kick out to Hield. to the left side wing. Here's Sensabaugh. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Will Hardy is called timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Thank you, Allie.
It's almost effortless for Booker this close in. He just drops the ball in the bucket.
Now Van Vliet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3. Big time jam. He was ready to receive and deliver.
Tossing the pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Now here's Booker. Sar up top. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
On the wing, Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Walker in the post. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. Jazz trailed by 6.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Takes the 3. Jones outside. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Booker. Jokic with the steal. Now Jones. Here's the 3. The 3 goes down.
This really speaks to Jones' mental toughness, that he's able to get the big bucket when they need it.
Ah, it's good! And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Jokic. And there's the dunk.
Such a cool customer. Jokic with some big points.
Song. Dunk after another. Woo!
And this kid has star written all over him. Star putting the lead on notice.
And he just powered that one of the game's top dunkers. And here's Booker. It's in. His shot is pure.
How about the focus from Booker? I mean, refusing to let anything stop him from getting that basket.
Sar knocks down the 3.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Walker looking for an opening. Hit the teardrop. Can't get it to go.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jokic. Sar pulls it down. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
One big thing you love about Alex Sar, he's got that 7'4" wingspan, and as he gets older, he'll fill out that frame plus add to his game.
So we see the Pelicans get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Yo, y'all niggas need two. I see Ward on 2K. I done start on 2K. Shit. Y'all trying to run three together? Me and my cousin. God damn. All right, then, nigga.
2 games. I need 2 games. Somebody please.